The sun, oh the sun, what would we do without it? From mid-July to the end of September, I'm most certainly not the right person to ask. Most people seem to thrive on a diet of sunlight and colorful salads. Yet for me, this is one of the most challenging times of the year. The heat is a real discomfort, and my body doesn't let me forget it. I do my best to concentrate from Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. But once I leave the office, I am in conservation mode. Caring for my mini flower garden is not only a great way to switch from workday to relaxing time, it's also a reminder that the sun stands for something more than my personal suffering. The moment when I get to make my small arrangements from flowers I've grown myself is one of my most joyful summer memories. Summer brain and summer reading make for a unique blend of books on my coffee table. The brain fog gives me the attention span of a goldfish, so choosing my books is not only a question of mood, but also a bit of a gamble. This July, my selection was light and bubbly to bring a bit of freshness into my melting brain. A good mystery is the perfect idea for times when concentrating is a challenge. I'm not known for reading many mysteries, and usually I go straight to the Queen, Agatha Christie. So it was about time I took the advice of so many fellow booktubers and tried Dorothy L. Sayers. I started with her first published, the 1923 Whose Body, and must say I had a wonderful time. The writing is so witty and the characters so delightful. You simply cannot resist. I have a feeling I'm the last person on earth to have read this, so there's no need to introduce the plot. But just in case you stumble here and you're more like me than I thought, a dead body wearing nothing but a pince-nez is found in the bath of a London flat. A case for the incomparable Lord Peter Wimsey and his trusted man Bunter to enjoy while sipping on a good cup of Darjeeling First Flush. This elegant infusion of the first few leaves grown after the plant's winter dormancy produce a light floral tea with a slight astringency, just hinting of the classic Darjeeling aroma. In my imagination, this is the kind of tea that Lord Peter Wimsey would enjoy. From British tea to Italian pomodori. When I say Stanley Tucci, my mind immediately goes to Isabella Rossellini and the 1996 movie Big Night. So it's only appropriate to read the food memoir that brings me back to that atmosphere. And what do you know? He talks about the movie right from the introduction. Stanley Tucci has a very cool kid attitude on screen, so I didn't know what to expect in his book. After his CNN documentary series on Italian cuisine, we've all discovered a new side of him. But as always, a book gets to reveal pieces of a person that no other medium can. It reads so well. Maybe even a little too fast for my taste, since I was sad to close the final page and turn away from it. But the charm of the recipes shared at the end of each chapter will certainly make me go back to it every once in a while. One thing's for sure, you cannot resist reading the book without putting together a quick plate of Italian deliciousness. I'm breaking several of Tucci's laws of pasta, but for me, the comfort comes from knowing that I can make something delicious with whatever I have at hand. So here's a sort of amatriciana, with the wrong pasta, the wrong guanciale, the right pecorino romano, and the next best thing in tomatoes after a San Marzano. But with the ritual of San Pellegrino's sparkling goodness. A very long speared fork to grab the right amount of pasta, and a deep spoon to properly roll it in. The ritual of spaghetti is one of the great pleasures in life. So whatever you do, never break them before cooking. This was an unexpected purchase from a thrift shop in the heart of Paris, where not many English books make it on the shelves, so when you find one, you're almost compelled to buy it. What an inspired move! Graham Greene described this comedy as the only book I have written for the fun of it. And you certainly feel it while reading. Travels with My Aunt tells the story of Henry Pulling, a retired bank manager, and his eccentric Aunt Augusta that shakes up his small-town life by inviting him on world adventures spiced up with just a little crime and lots of unconventional moments. Classic British humor at its best. Exotic scenery and so many laugh-out-loud passages. The perfect summer read. The last few weeks before going on holiday, I can barely concentrate on getting out of the house in the morning. So reading a physical book on my commute is a little too much for me. That's when audiobooks come in handy. And what a fun time I had listening to Nora Ephron's classic Heartburn, read by the one and only Meryl Streep. This autobiographical novel is based on Ephron's second marriage and divorce, after finding out her husband was having an affair while she was pregnant with their second child. So this is basically not a happy story, but in true Nora Ephron fashion, it makes for a light and insightful story about power couples, sacrifices made by women, and the nervous breakdowns that end up building their infinite strength. And may I say again, read by Meryl Streep. If I'm being honest, my next reads are quite unclear. Practicing self-care with mood reading, maybe picking up one of my parents' books when I go visit, and most of all, not putting any pressure on myself. I'd love to know how you cope with the summer heat, and if you have useful tips for summer reading, drop me a comment below. Until next time, enjoy your reading and your summer holiday.